So, thank you all for coming. Today we have gathered to join the protest against the genocide of Adivasi children in Malkangiri. And as we know that till date more than 300 deaths have occurred because of Japanese encephalitis. And if we look at the historical incidents of death in Malkangiri, then it is not the first time that JE deaths have happened in Malkangiri or in Odisha. But since 2011, there were more than 30-40 deaths each year. And Right to Food campaign, there's this NGO, and they have brought out their fact-finding report, which clearly says that since 2011, 2012, there have been every year cases of JE. And according to their data, over the past 10 years, more than 7,000 children have died because of various issues of various health-related issues. So what went wrong is, if you look at, there is a Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which is running this program on prevention of Japanese encephalitis. So this was formed in 2012. And this listed out some 171 affected districts in 19 states. But regardless of JE cases in Malkangiri, the district administration did not approach the National Commission or got identified itself as a JE prone district. So there was no vaccination done. And as WHO recommendation says that even if there are merely 2 or 3 cases of JE, then it has to be vaccinated, the entire population has to be vaccinated. And if you read, the vaccination started yesterday, of course because they wanted that period to get over, but this is very unfortunate that the state did not take into consideration for 6 years, and regardless of more than 7,000 deaths, the district administration did not equip itself with whatever medical facilities that has to be done. So for example, there are 45 total that are supposed to be there in the district hospital. 35 of them are vacant right now. And there is just one pediatrics, the child specialist in the entire district hospital, which is very shocking, considering that we already know that Malkangiri is one of the districts with the highest number of underweight children. Like every 7 out of 10 children are underweight in Malkangiri. So right now, if you look at the press release, the demands are already written. But one more thing I would like to point out is how this is not merely administrative fallback or something where there is a negligence from the part of the medical officers or district administration, but historically, if you see, why this is only Adivasi children who have died. This is the same region where there are other communities, not only Adivasis, 95% of them are Adivasis, rest other communities, but why Adivasis are the victims of this malnutrition and all. So you notice that the right to livelihood or right to traditional livelihood and right over resources which are guaranteed under Forest Right Act or 5th schedule have not been implemented. So expecting the state to just provide welfare measures is not enough. Because welfare measures, for example, ICDS programs or midday meal programs only guarantee you minimum food, security. But at the same time, you have to understand that culturally, Adivasi communities have not been used to this. They have been self-sufficient and they have been dependent on their own, whether it is agriculture or whether it is shifting cultivation or other forms of livelihood resources. So it is a major fault of it is a structural problem where the government has not ensured that Adivasi traditional livelihood practices are continued. So what has happened is earlier, for example, see here the food habits of Adivasis is also one point that we also need to think about, which are not like other parts of the country, like how because government programs do not ensure nutritional supplements or food for the community, and merely giving rice or wheat or other grains is not enough to counter this malnutrition. So the point is that along with questioning the state about the faults, which now the damage has already been done. Now even if the state comes and says that they will in future take measures, we already know that 7,000 is not a small population. 7,000 is population of some more than some of the PVTG communities. So you can understand that an entire section of Adivasi community has been wiped out. Now there is to make the things even worse, we have this new event being carried on in Odisha right now called Make in Odisha campaign. Now the Odisha government is they had a conclave of 3 days in Bhubaneswar where more than 300 industrialists came in for further investment. It was there. Now also you need to notice that Odisha was one of the first states to pass that regulation in 2004 for fast track land acquisition or so yesterday there was this news about how in Malkangiri there is a ITC that is going to take a certain area of the forest for its paper mill that is situated in Bhadrachalam. Now these two incidents might seem not directly connected, but they are pretty much connected. Now when the state is so concerned about the investment or industrial growth, etc., and when the state they literally spent 20 crores in just 3 days event. On the other hand, only probably what I heard from Malkangiri is that 1.5 crore was only given by the state government. Till date there has been not any sort of assistance directly from the central government. So this is very unfortunate, Malkangiri Solidarity Network Hyderabad, the demands that they have put forward are legitimate, and we hope that the government takes into consideration. At the same time, we hope that the question of livelihood remains the central point of it, because welfare measures are not the permanent solution to malnutrition or health-related issues of Adivasis. You need to address these issues from a cultural point of view, from a community point of view, of how they have sustained themselves over a period of time, how their food practices and agriculture practices are entirely dependent on forests. And at the same time, one more thing I would like to add is Malkangiri is a Maoist sensitive area. So for example, there are communities like Bonda and Didai, who are both PVTG communities, who are so far from, they are in such interior areas that even health medical officers would not want to visit, because you either have to take a boat or you have to go by walk, or so we don't even have numbers of those communities whose children would have died. We only know these deaths are probably the plain areas who are settled in Malkangiri. Then at the same time, Malkangiri, the crops that they grow there is only one seasonal. So regardless of the fact that in there is a dam called Chitrakonda in Balimela, which is very nearby Malkangiri. Now this dam was built in 1960, again, of course with the displacement of a lot of Adivasis, but not a single drop of that water comes for the agriculture purpose in those areas. So I mean these all things together are responsible for the JEE dates, and we should concentrate on the livelihood issue more prominently. Jai Hind.